The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Doing It with Stiles. Thanks for coming back. Obviously the check's cleared, so it's good to have viewers again. Today in the studio I have a very, very special guest, Mike Hamill. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I really, really appreciate you coming in, man. I've been wanting to get you in here for years.
Well, it's my pleasure.
I need to ask you, what was your favorite part of doing the Star Wars movies?
Well, I'll tell you what the least favorite part was, for the close-up scenes with Harrison Ford. He's a spitter. And when he speaks, this soaks you.
Okay, cool. So that was it though, huh?
That was it.
Everything else was cool?
Everything else was cool.
Okay. So you obviously have figured out that this is not Mark Hamill, that this is Mike Hamill. And Mike is a performer, I guess you would call it. You have a
lot
CD
of people
out.
say that. I guess that's what you call
Well,
it.
I can't really call you a singer,
No.
because what you do is more spoken word to
jazz.
music,
Right.
poetry, kind of reciting poetry to
jazz music.
To jazz music, yeah. Oh, so you're a beatnik.
Yeah. Kind of.
Cool. So how did you get into that? Where did that come from?
Well, the way I got into it is I've always written poetry, and I've wanted to put it out to the public in some format. And I went to see a national artist in Salt Lake City, and 10 minutes in, man, everybody in the audience was going like this, and I thought, now, this is a well-known poet, and he's losing his audience within the first 10 minutes because of his presentation. So I didn't want to just get up and read my poetry, so I first came up with doing theater behind it.
Right.
And I wrote a bunch of theater plays, and then I came up with the idea.
So actually, you have in some of your work, as you were progressing, you had actually people performing behind you
Yes.
to whatever it is that you were talking about.
Yeah, for one instance, I had a piece called "This One Needs No Music," and I had a female actress and myself playing tug of war with a rope there, and we performed that piece that way. So very simple props, nothing too elaborate, but entire plays that I put together where all the dialogue was poetry.
Right.
And those went off really well, got great reviews. And then I always admired Rod McEwen
Oh yeah.
from the, I don't know. If
That's
many
for
people
all of
remember
you.
him.
That's for all us old guys.
Yes.
You know, he was real big in the '60s. So.
Yes. And I just never had the confidence to put my voice to music because I know nothing about music.
Right.
And then I met Rich Wyman, a piano player up in the Park City area, and told him what I wanted to do. And we sat down. He said, well, give me some ideas of the type of music you want to do on this particular piece. And I'm talking about my father's love letter CD, which I'll be performing from today. So we discussed some ideas, and he put music to it, went in, recorded my voice, put my voice where it's supposed to be in the
Right.
music. And then through listening to it hundreds and hundreds of times and lots of practice, hopefully I've got the songs down by now.
Cool.
But it's great jazz music, some great saxophone by Michael Saxman Johnson.
Oh,
Got,
okay.
Johnny Lightfoot playing bass on it, who played Air Supply, was Air Supply's bass player for 19 years.
I love Air Supply.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people love Air Supply. They just don't admit it. I don't know why.
I'm not afraid to admit it. Yeah,
I
they
don't know
were
why.
great.
But you go to their concerts, and you have everybody from 10-year-olds all the way up to 99-year-old
Yeah.
people just rocking out to Air Supply.
Cool.
Yeah,
See, music is the universal language.
exactly.
So you're going to do a couple of cuts for us?
I'm going to do a couple cuts.
What would you like to do first?
I'd like to do First Told, about first being told you're going to be a parent.
Okay.
And
First
the whole
Told.
CD is called A Father's Love Letter,
Right.
and it's about the first 10 years of a father-child relationship.
Okay.
So it's not a how-to CD. It's
Right.
Remember, keep your eyes open. Your child only grows up once, only learns how to ride a bike once, go to school once, etc.
So is this in any way the work that you're doing autobiographical, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about my beautiful daughter, Harmony. Hi, Harmony.
Hi, Harmony.
I can say it on TV, right?
Oh, heck
Hi,
yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
we got another viewer. Okay, so First Told is
First
what you're
Told.
going to do. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to let him get set up, and let him get his vocal cords all worked out, and we'll be back right after this message from our sponsor.
The golf store you've been waiting for is now open. Bob Allen Golf is ready to help you take your game to the next level. Bob Allen Golf is located at 6415 South Fort Apache, Las Vegas 89148. Choose your favorite clubs from our selection of Bridgestone, Callaway, Cleveland, XXIO, Srixon, Ping, Wilson, and more. We'll custom fit them in our state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulator. Come hang out with us and practice on our putting green to find out which club is perfect for you. Have your clubs repaired, reshafted, and regripped in our on-site tour shop. And talk about accessories. Guys and gals will feel comfortable and look sharp in the many sizes, colors, and options of apparel from Greg Norman, Black Clover, Under Armour, and more. The team at Bob Allen Golf takes your game as seriously as you do. Join our online family at boballengolf.com and stop in the store to meet us. Remember, at Bob Allen Golf, your game is in the bag.
I didn't seem quite old enough. Barely more than a child myself. When I was first told, I didn't know quite what to say. Hell, it didn't seem that long ago. I used the words myself. It didn't seem that long ago that I called him Daddy. And there's a special lady I called my mom. And now, here I am, not yet sure of who I am, about to be called Daddy myself. Not knowing how to handle the feelings, the joy, the amazement, the wonder of it all. I never felt such a thing. I never felt so unworthy. Such a sweet song to sing as when I was first told. How can one, such as me, be blessed with someone like you? It's something I'll wonder all my life. It's a day I'll never forget when your mother first told me about you.
So that was Mike Hamill with First Told. Mike, that was awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for sharing that with us. So what inspired you? I mean, where did you go? I gotta write a poem about this. I mean,
Well, actually,
I know you said your daughter, but I mean, we all have kids,
Yeah.
you know, and there's all the first time we see them, it's like, but what was it at that moment that you said, or how long afterwards did you write this?
Well, actually, the first piece on the CD is called Last Night. I wrote the words to that in 1977 when I was in the Air Force. I had an Air Force buddy who just had a baby, and it was a baby girl. So the first piece on the CD is actually written about his child and me thinking, wow, someday I'd like to have a child myself.
And I'm sorry, what was the name of the CD again?
Hey, Father's Love Letter.
Father's Love Letters, that's right. Thanks.
And as far as First Told, I just started writing, I guess it was about 5-6 years after my daughter was born. It's when I started writing the poetry. You know, just one day I started
Chronicling?
Yes, thank you. You can edit that
I
out.
have that written down. Yeah.
I started chronicling her life through poetry,
Gotcha.
and then just for the next 4 or 5 years, whenever something happened, just dawned on me. Like first day, I actually wrote that when I was camping in Moab with my daughter. We were in the back of my pickup truck and just looking at stars. And first day came to me in the back of a pickup truck in
Wow.
Moab out in the desert.
And how old is she now?
34.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, because see, I got this little girl in my head, you know. So
No,
okay,
no.
so
Yeah, I wrote,
so what
wrote
is
them.
she? What kind of reaction have you gotten from her? Oh, Dad.
Well, in the beginning, when I first did the CD, I wanted her on the next last track. She actually wrote that piece
Oh.
called the hand poem, A Daughter's Reply.
Okay.
I wanted her to perform it. Oh man, we took her to the studio and she just wouldn't get in there. Just wouldn't get in there. So had to find another girl to perform that.
Right.
And then years later, she told me, Dad, I really should have performed that piece.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I was
Yeah.
hoping,
Yeah.
but you just wouldn't do it for some reason. You
Well,
were too shy.
you know, hey, bring her down. We'll do it here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
give her another shot at it.
Next
So
time we'll do that.
cool. You got a couple more that you're going to do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Two. You've got Year Gone By,
A year gone by.
which is kind of self-explanatory,
Yeah,
right?
just chronicling the first
First-
year of life
okay.
from my father's perspective.
And then the second one is First Day, and this is about the first day of school.
First day of school, always an exciting day for children.
That's a trip, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
I don't know who's more excited, her or I.
yeah. And so why don't you get on up there and let's see what you can do.
All right, well, we'll do it.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you very much.
Okay. Okay, so we got Mike Hamill, and he's going to do for us Year Gone By and First Day. Take it away, Maestro.
You know, that first year of life, when you're a brand new parent, there's so many things going on that you kind of lose track of time. And one day you just look at a calendar by accident and you go, my God, has it really been a year gone by? Watching the flame of the single candle on your cake as you try, I think back on the year gone by. From here, it's a girl to hold you in my arms. I don't know who's grown more, you or I. I remember when your eyes first opened, wondering what it was you saw. The first time you smiled, I was wrapped around your finger. A year gone by of late night feedings, when I laid you to your mother's breast. The times she needed changed, the times she needed held, the times you simply slept. I remember them all through the blur of a year gone by. I remember when you first left your mother's breast. When you first tried to touch, you knew not what. The first time you giggled, your shock when you first rolled over. How quickly you learned to crawl and explore. So many things you did, I remember. But my fondest memory of the year gone by is how I've learned to give love and set aside myself for someone much, much more special than I. Has it really been a year gone by? Thank you. Okay, gonna pick up the pace on this one a little bit. Got some great saxophone in this by Michael Saxman Johnson. He's standing, well, around here somewhere. This is about the first day of school. Well, it's finally here. It seems so funny. I should say finally, because to me, I can't believe it's time. Though I know for you, it's been so hard to wait. But finally, the wait is over, and today is your first day of school. This morning, you awoke before and I could see the excitement in your eyes. For once, I didn't have to prod to get you dressed, brush your teeth and hair. For once, it was me moving much too slow. As I walked you down to the bus, watched her smile as she stepped on, I couldn't help but cry and think how silly it must have looked for tears to be running down a grown man's face. As I watched the bus roll away, I started thinking about your day and all the new things you get to do. Your first lunch, your first recess, your first venture without me into a brand new world. As the day went on, it gave me time to think. My God, you're growing up. Soon, you'll be on your own with a family, a house, and all too soon. But then the bus brought you home. The grin on your face as you came running. The way we fell over when you jumped into my arms. The joy of your voice telling about your day. All reminding me that, hey, we have so much time until you grow up. So much to share along the way. And that today was only your first day. That's my guitar player, Sean Vincent there. Thank you, sir.
Great. Oh, listen, dude, that was, I got a tear in my eye.
Oh, well, that's good.
So a year gone by. That's about the first year of her life. You wrote this how many years afterwards?
Actually, I think I wrote that about 3 years after the actual.
Okay, so she was about 4 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're just sitting around and go, crap, man.
Yeah. I had all these other poems, and a lady I was dating at the time said, you should do a bunch about your daughter and write a book about your daughter or poetry. And I thought, well, I don't really want to do a book, but
Yeah.
maybe a CD might
Right.
work. So I started
And what's the name of the CD?
A Father's Love Letters.
A Father's Love Letters. You guys hear that?
Let's say-
And I have heard this, and I've heard all the tracks on it. And as a father myself, I mean, I had 2 boys, but you still got the same feeling. So
Yeah, you just change from hearing it's a girl to from hearing it's a boy.
yeah,
You got
yeah. So and I yeah, I remember my first son when he was born, and we were in Palm Springs, California at the time. And at that particular time, this was 126 years ago. But the first time that I saw him, and I got to look at him through the glass and everything because they didn't want me to get germs on him or him on me or whatever. But he was so pale and bald-headed, and I mean, because he's a redhead, and it was like there was no doubt. Nobody had to point him out and say, "That's your son." You know, it's like, "Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah, I can tell right now." And probably because a lot of the other kids in there at the time were either Hispanic or American Indian, so that made it pretty easy to figure out which one was which. But yeah, so I get that. So.
In the next piece I'm going to do, I have a line from holding you during your first breath. I actually got to do that. I was in the birthing process.
Right.
2 minutes after she was born, I was holding her.
That's awesome.
And that's what that line refers to in this
Yeah.
piece.
When my kids were born, the doctors at that time at this particular hospital had the choice of whether or not they wanted to let the fathers in. And my wife's doctor said, "No way, man."
Right.
You know, he says, "I got one patient in here. I don't need two."
Don't need two.
So, but you know, that was his call. And you know, there's a lot of times that I'm sorry I missed that, and there's other times that I'm thinking, okay, that's all right, you know, because it was, I guess, I got to spend my first moment with my sons. Hang on.
I know what's going on here.
My
I feel for you, man.
my youngest son passed away
I know.
5 years ago, just
know.
the other day. So
I just saw that video that you did on Facebook.
so yeah.
Wonderful video. We're both going to start crying.
I know. I'm sorry, man. Give me just a second here.
That's fine.
I'll be okay. So you know, all this shit hits home. So I may or may not cut that crap out. We'll see what it looks like. But anyway, okay. So so we got.
That's a wonderful video that you did.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
that
Was
great.
that was the hardest.
I imagine that took you about 5 years
It
trying to get through making that.
Actually, I had to make that within about a week because we had a service for him, and I wanted to have that for the service, and so yeah, it was like day and night, and man,
Well, that's what
you get it.
Yeah, you know, this
You get it.
next piece I'm going to do is all about that. In case
Yeah.
the unfortunate happens. I think it's very important that you always tell the people that you love.
And
that you love.
and when I heard you doing it,
Yeah.
you know, I thought I gotta go home, tell my oldest son.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
yeah, I did. You bastard. I will get you for this.
That's payback for calling me Mark.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got one more that I had asked you to do. I was hoping that you would, and you agreed, and it's called "Want You to Know."
I want you to know.
And you just explained a little bit about what that's about, and I think it speaks for itself. So
Well, you know, I think what I like about this piece is it admits that you make mistakes. You know, nobody's perfect.
Yep.
You do the best you can. You watch them grow up. You watch them read. And, you know, you're screwing things up somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But it's just so important to know that that bond is there.
Well, and I think that that's important too, that we all know that it's, you know, our parents tried, their parents tried, and as much as we, you know, at times, from time to time, we want to blame them for something or thank them for something, you know, just like they did the best they could, you know, and knowing that, I mean, I was fortunate in having a stepfather that I didn't realize until later how much he did for my sister and I, you know, and what a good guy he was, and I had the opportunity to tell him that.
Well, we got 6 degrees of separation here because I had a stepfather who was one of the 3 most incredible men I've ever met in my life. In fact, I'm doing a piece now in the studio that he inspired. It's a piece called "It's Okay." It's about Alzheimer's.
Right.
And it's from the perspective of the man who has Alzheimer's trying to communicate. And in his mind, he's communicating.
Right.
But they're not hearing anything because he's not saying anything.
Yeah.
And then how the wife feels in response to that and how the child feels in response to that. And at the end, the family gets together on the final chorus and they come together and say, you know what, we're in this together.
Yeah.
We're going to fight this. however it ends, we're going to love each other forever anyway. So
Cool. Well, I hope that when you get that in the can, that you come back and share that with us. And
I would love to do that. In
Okay.
fact, it seems like
I mean, Salt Lake's only about what, 8 or 9 hours away.
Yeah, 4 or 5. The way he,
Yeah,
the way my
yeah.
friend Brad over here.
Yeah,
drives, it's
I
about
heard the
4 hours
stories.
away.
We got the reports from the Highway Patrol on your way down
Yeah,
here. So,
Yeah,
okay,
it seems
so
like
we're gonna let you jump into Want You to Know.
Great.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
So
Thank
go
you.
get it.
Thank you.
So pay attention to this because I think it's something that you're all really going to enjoy. If you've ever had kids, you know what? Even if you haven't had kids, but you got pets, that works too. So here we got Mike Hamill doing Want You to Know.
All right, for all you people out there in TV land, you may be wondering why I keep looking to my left. My left, yeah. You're right. I'm looking at my saxophone player who's not actually here. So during a live performance, he actually stands right here and we kind of rock out to his saxophone, but kind of hard to rock out by myself here. So that's why I'm looking over there. I'd like to just mention the players on my CD. The saxophone player is Michael Saxman Johnson. My bass player is Johnny Lightfoot, who Air Supply stole from me for 19 years, but I stole him back recently. The guitar player is Mr. Sean Vincent out of Salt Lake City. My drummer is Tracy Nielsen. And the pianist is the gentleman that wrote all the music for this CD, Mr. Rich Wyman. And you're going to be hearing him and his lovely wife, Lisa, join in on some vocals on this piece. It's entitled, I Want You to Know. If I should die tomorrow, I just want you to know just how deeply you have touched my life and how much you mean to me. To have been able to hold you during your first breath, to have been able to watch you as you've grown for all these years is simply the greatest thing I've ever done. I was fortunate in my life, for I got to see you learn to crawl, to walk, to talk, to brush your teeth, even your hair. I was there when you first two-wheeled. I was alive to hear you laugh so many times. I was able to hold you when you cried. I heard you read and learn to spell.
Want you to know. Want you to know. Just want you to know. Want you to know.
As I'd watch you sleep at night, I knew I didn't always do things right. There's so many things I could have done better. I should have thanked God so many more times for blessing me with you. I just want you to know that I'm proud to be your dad. Should a time come that I'm no longer here and you feel like you're alone and need a friend, baby, I want you to remember. There's no space, time, life or death that can separate us. I will always be your dad. No matter where I am, I will always try to do my best to help. And you must always try to do your best. To treat others like you and to be yourself. Because you, just being you, made my life so worth living.
Want you to know. Want you to know. Want you to know. Want you to know. Just want you to know. Yeah, yeah. Want you to know. Want you to know. Want you to know. I want you to know.
Harmony, baby, just want you to know I love you.
Mike?
Hope you enjoyed that, my friend. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate
It only took us, what, about a year?
About a year,
Has it been that
year
long?
and a half, yeah.
So, and I wanted to talk about that first CD that you did about the son whose father was
yeah,
the first.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, Dad.
Yeah,
about
Don't
it.
Worry, Dad. God, I thank you. I was going nuts because I had it written down somewhere and I couldn't remember what the title was, and it all came back. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that's about a 6-year-old boy paying his respects to his father in full. The boy is dressed in full Marine dress uniform.
Right.
He's saluting his father's casket, saying, "Don't worry, Dad. I'll take care of Mom."
Okay.
So it's a Memorial Day piece that I wrote for all those who have sacrificed so that you and I can be
Right.
here doing this today.
Cool.
You know, I think a lot of people forget that there's a reason we're free.
Right.
And there's a lot of people who have shed their blood, given their lives, and I don't think we should be disrespecting those people.
Well, and as a veteran, I appreciate the hell out of that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's sometimes I get a little pissed. But then again, I realize that you know, when we did it, we weren't asking for any thanks.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we were supposed to do.
Yep.
And I had read a story once about some soldiers or something, and in this elite group, and one of the soldiers had said something. They did some heroic thing, and they came back, and the guy said, one of the characters said, you know, I can't believe nobody came and patted us on the back. And he goes, dude, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We did our job.
Yeah.
So we're not supposed to get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
That's our job, and we did it. And he goes, yeah, okay, I get it. So
Yeah, well, I don't think they really do it for the pat on the back, but we certainly shouldn't disrespect.
oh yeah, no. Yeah, I
I
I
think
agree
far
there,
too many
and
people-
you know, we owe our veterans a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't always, even myself, I don't always, you know, remember that. So
Yeah, you know, my brother said something to me that I'll just never forget. My brother's a guy who, if he's at home watching a football game or a basketball game, baseball game, and national anthem comes on, first thing he does is he stands up
hand over the heart, yeah,
in his house.
right.
And I asked him, I said,
And there's probably 1 out of 10,000 people that do
well, I
that.
said, Jack, why do you do that every time? He looked at me, he said, because my friend Marshall can't.
Yeah,
And he died so that I could.
there you go.
And now I'm going to get him personal. His friend Marshall died during Vietnam.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that since the 60s. Every time that national anthem comes on, No, if he's in a restaurant,
Yep.
he'll stand up and he'll do that.
Cool.
And he does it in memory of one of his close friends who died in Vietnam.
I get it. So if you don't mind, at the end of this, I'm going to tack on that "Don't Worry, Dad."
Oh, I'd love
if
it.
if you so that give everybody who hasn't seen it a chance to see it.
Yeah, in fact,
And
you and who were the two hosts of the radio show on 97.1 here in Vegas? that
Yeah.
Played that last year.
yeah, Rick and Jackie Gould.
Yeah.
That's
You-
right. I was trying to remember how did we hook up, and that's because I was sitting in with them, and they had asked me if I could help you promote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you got, the three of you made the world debut of that song.
That's
So
right.
I'm
Yeah.
indebted to all three of you.
Oh, hey, no problem, man.
Sorry, Jackie, for not remembering your name if you're watching this.
But no, that was and it was touching, and also the photo that went with it when I first saw it, and so yeah, and it's just the cool thing about what we're doing here and what Rick and Jackie were doing was helping to promote the local talent and those people that are trying to do something or create something, and we need so much more of that, and
agree.
instead of well,
Look-
what's in it
look
what's
at-
in it
look
for
at
me?
Look at me. I'm a spoken word artist.
Yeah,
Writing poetry, putting it to music, reciting it.
yeah, you're nuts.
Where does an artist like that get airplay?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't go to CBS, NBC,
Right.
you don't go
Yeah,
to
because
big
they don't want to
radio
hear it.
stations.
There's no money in it for them.
But 97.1 here in Vegas, with the number one
The
station
Point, right?
in Vegas, The Point was kind enough to put my "Don't Worry, Dad" on their radio station.
And that was Rick and Jackie
Thank you.
Gould,
Yes.
which was on the Sunday Side Up Smooth Jazz program, which has since gone off the air.
Yeah, that was their last show, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was.
Maybe it was
That's
because-
right. That
Maybe
because
it was because of my song. I
that's
don't know.
why. Yeah. They shut them down. No, because they already knew that was their last show, and in fact, that's why they had invited me to come and sit in, because I had over the years kind of filled in for Jackie now and then, but Rick was kind of my mentor in this business and telling me what to do and what not to do, and sometimes I pay attention to what you've told me, Rick, but not all the time.
Well, I hope they bring their show back. at some point.
Listen, he had gotten a promotion, because they were only doing one day a week, and God, they did that for 13, 14 years. And when they took it off of the air, it ruined my Sunday mornings.
Yeah,
Because that was, get up, turn on the radio, and that's when I did all my chores and stuff around the house and got all that stuff done, and could rock out to some smooth jazz.
Well, I think what is really amazing about that too, Tony that owns the
Tony
station.
Benici.
Yeah. 97.1 is a classic rock station.
Yes.
And for him to put a jazz show on there,
Right.
I thought that was breaking out of the box and really a great thing.
Yeah, no, and
So
and
thank you, Tony, for
yeah.
doing that.
And I've been trying to talk Rick and Jackie into coming and doing something here, and they have been toying with the idea. And Rick, I know you're busy. I know you're running all over the country, and I understand that. But like I always said, there's a spot here for you when you're ready, man. So
you go.
anyway, Mike, that's about all the time we've got for today. We could take more time, but I don't want to because I'm really getting tired. So.
Sorry, me too.
No.
I need a nap.
But yeah, and you're going over to NASCAR from here, right?
We are going to Vegas NASCAR. My friend Brad here, we got his RV, drove down from Salt Lake. Took us about 2 days to get down here. He drives so slow.
Oh. I thought you were going to say you had to stop and pee all the way on there.
No. Fortunately, in an RV, you don't have to stop.
Yeah, no, I know.
You got one in there.
Well, unless you got one like they had in Breaking Bad, and there's no bathrooms in that one, so. But anyway, I do appreciate you taking the time to come down. I love the stuff that you do, and anytime you got something coming up, please give me a call. We'll help you get it out there. We'll help you promote it, and I wish you all the luck in the world, my man.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Appreciate it.
And hey, thank all of you for putting up with my crap all this time and coming back and seeing us over and over. And I know that all four of you do because I watch the views on YouTube. So
Well, it's
I'd
gonna
like
be
to thank.
5. My wife's going to watch
Oh,
it.
that's right.
It's
So
gonna be
we'll
5.
have five. We'll have five views, and maybe your daughter. So that makes 6.
6.
Cool. Hey, we've increased our viewership by 50% just by Mike being here.
Plus the 1,000 times I'm going to watch it. So
Oh, yeah, okay, so, hey, what can I say? Anyway, thank you very much for joining us again, and like I always say, if you're going to do it with Stiles. Bye.
Passing by a yard where so many heroes sleep, a young man stood in uniform, proud and tall, arms in perfect salute, speaking words of bravery, so honored that he could. As there beside a bed, he spoke to one who slept, knowing all so well the ears they fell upon would gladly do it all again. For to one who made the sacrifice, there is no greater friend. Thankful for the freedom given, he promised to defend. As he stood there tall, looking forward, never back. Silently, this young man whispered words beyond his age. I fought back the tears he dared not to allow as he made his solemn vow. For this young man standing there in uniform, so proud and tall, being all of 6, said 8 words no child should ever have to speak. As he said without regret, "Don't worry, Dad. I'll take care of Mom."